Majority Leader Bowman in the Oregon House. You have a very different scenario in Oregon, of course. You are able to hold on to both of your supermajorities in Oregon by a hair. So tell us how things look from where you are.
Yeah, happy to. Thank you, Debbie, for inviting me to be part of this. I have been a huge beneficiary of the New Deal Network, so I'm just really grateful to be part of the presentation today. So I'll put you in my shoes on election night. So we're all the Democrats are together at our election night party, and we're starting to see these horrible national results, and it becomes clear that we've lost the White House, and the Senate is going to turn red, and we weren't able to win the House. And at the same time, we picked up a seat in the Oregon House. We won back a supermajority. In the Senate, we won an additional seat, won a supermajority, 60% in both chambers, and we flipped our congressional district. So there's this sense of fear about what's happening at the national level, but also a lot of hope and optimism about what we can do at the state level to deliver for Oregonians. So, I was talking to my team about, well, what are the lessons learned? Like, what did we learn? How did this happen? And I actually think that the 2024 New Deal messaging guide is a really good framework for how to think about what worked for us in Oregon. We led with the economy. We talked about affordability issues that were affecting all of our constituents, regardless of their political beliefs. We talked about freedom. We were not afraid to talk about abortion and protecting the right to access abortion for everyone in Oregon. And we drew contrasts with the Republicans. Those were the three key points of the messaging guide. And obviously that looks different in different districts. But as a guide, I think that is essentially the plan that we followed. As we're looking ahead, in our previous session, we had three gigantic bipartisan packages. We did an unprecedented housing package to address our housing supply issues. We have a severe addiction and recovery challenge in our state, and we passed unprecedented resources into that problem. And for the first time in modern Oregon history, we passed campaign finance reform, which right now we're one of the only states in the country with zero restrictions on contributions of any size. So I think building on that work and learning from what we heard from voters in the election, we're focusing first and foremost on affordability issues, everything from housing to utility rates to the cost of healthcare. There's a lot of work to be done in my state and I think across the country. We're also going to be talking and working on public safety issues, which continue to be a prominent issue for Oregonians. And then one that I'm hoping we get some time to talk about today, making government work. I think for too long, we've allowed Republicans to be the party of oversight and accountability, but it's actually our party who believes that government can solve problems and make people's lives better. And so it's on us to make sure that government is actually delivering results and making people's lives better. So we're going to lead proudly as a caucus on that issue.